Next, we have Mark Willems, from the founder from the Forum Group, and the Forum Group has developed the most sexy drink ordering app that is out there at the moment, actually. And you'll all have the possibility to test out the app at the reception, by the way, to order your drinks. So pay attention to what Mark is saying, or you'll be thirsty. So what Mark is going to do to come and tell you why the Forum Group decided to migrate to the Google for Work platform and how this gives them the edge the company needs.
Thank you. Yes, I don't need a microphone anyway, but I guess my presentation is set up. That's it. Okay, thank you for the introduction, Michael. My name is Mark. I'm one of the founders of Forum, and we indeed made an application. I will briefly introduce our company and then come back on the Google for Work applications that we use. Oops.
I think you need to scroll.
Yeah. So first, like I said, what do we do? We are a marketing company, a marketing 2.0 company. What is that? We want to bring the right content in the right context. That will become clear in the coming slides. We therefore trust in technology and especially the smartphone. Why? Because it's smart, it is controllable, and it's measurable. That's very important. So we therefore believe that the reach of today's mobile consumers, any place, anytime, can be done best with the smartphone for the moment. And we also believe that is the engine for any successful cross-channel marketing strategy for the big brands, FMCG brands. So what we built is Tjsing. Tjsing is a smartphone ordering application. What it does is, well, it's for like Michael said, it's for one of the sexiest industries in the world. The hospitality business, like, you know, the bars, the nightlife, anything where you have service in some way. For hospitality venues, our application will increase their net results because we have more orders in the same time frame. There's less, let's say, people can order more because they do not have to wait for service. That was proven by our pilot, our test phase. And they can revamp their overall guest experience. If you can order by phone, how cool is that? For the consumers, like I said, you arrive at a venue. Today you have to wait 15 minutes to 45 minutes to just place your order. Imagine how long it then takes for them to bring it, and you also have to wait for it. You don't know from the moment you order when will it be delivered. So that's all not comfortable for consumer. So now you just arrive and you immediately order. And also, to add some incentive, we also will give gifts and relevant deals. No, not promotions, not cheesy promotions, but relevant deals and gifts to our users. And for the brands, our main customers, our target customers, they will be able to connect with their end consumers in real time. Again, not cheesy promotions, but they will capture all the data they need to know about their market, and they will be able to target people with relevant deals and gifts. For instance, if you like beer, who would mind to receive a beer for free that they could have ordered anyway? So these are the potential venues that we target. It's not only the bars and the nightclubs, but we are also we have interest from airline companies that want to do a similar thing in airplanes. Now that we have Wi-Fi on board, they are looking at replacing all the heavy and costly onboard entertainment systems by bringing your own device policies, and therefore people will be able to watch content and order using their own device. Therefore we are talking to them. That's future, but it's already there. You can do the same in, for instance, fitness centers. For instance, you are running or biking for half an hour, and you're thirsty, forgot your own drinks, you can order from your bike. Can you imagine? And they will bring it to you. So that's all potential venues. So that's about Forum and Tjsing. Like Michael said, I set up the system, it's working, so afterwards during the reception you can test as much as you like and enjoy, I would say. Now, to how we used to do this for the ICT side to run our business. This is how we started. We had a mix of Apple users and we had some Microsoft users, hardware-wise. And you all know the challenges when you get that. So that was how we started. Then we had all these applications. For mail, we had Gmail users, we had Outlook users, iMail users, iCalendar users, Google Calendar users. For data, sharing data, and also SharePoint, we had Dropbox, WeTransfer, you send it, big files. So a lot of different apps, a lot of different type of users. Office for all our documents, Excel sheets, Word, PowerPoint. Notes were taken in Evernote and Apple Notes, or we even had one using a real notebook and a pen. So that was quite a challenge.
The pen is still mightier than the smartphone.
Yeah, for some yes, for some, but if you need to share and you need to work agile, it's not always the best method. I'll come back to that. For communicating, we used the phone, smartphone, phone, whatever. We used cheap conference call systems that we had access to from our previous employers. So we had a code so we could conf call very cheaply. And also Skype. Now, there's one thing that you don't have as a startup, and that is time. You're working on a project, you have less hands and less money than you would like, so you don't have time. So we were not working very efficiently. Like I said, no piles of money for us, and we wanted to collaborate. We wanted to stimulate collaboration. And that was not really working with all these different kinds of apps and trying to align them all and trying to align the communication. So we were losing a lot of time. So we actually, almost immediately after a couple of months of operations, we decided to look for a tool or a platform that could make that collaboration possible. So I duplicated the same slide to show the effect. It's kind of nice. So we ended up looking at the Google platform. Not all of us were convinced from the first day, but it was clear that Google was building a platform or was offering a platform that could solve most of our collaboration or communication issues, and also that it was in their strategy for the future to make sure that people or companies would be able to collaborate, which was very important. So we knew that for the future it was not about data, probably is, but on the front end, it was not so important for future developments. Like, for instance, the Google Docs and Sheets were in the beginning very basic, and we knew, okay, they will probably develop it so that all other features, like in Microsoft Office, will become available. So also open source, so that made it very interesting. So now today it's called Google for Work. And what do we use from Google for Work? That's the mail application, the calendar application, Google Drive, the Docs, Sheets, presentations, and Hangouts for now. The thing is, we started without training. We did not have any training wheels, so we just started, we tested, we kind of found out how it worked for ourselves, and that worked pretty good. The things I like most about the whole environment is that it's one user interface. So you are, once you know your way around, you know it for all the other sub-applications. The fact that you can share from the drive with public people within your network, the settings are very easy, very straightforward. You can even share something with an external people with a URL. It's not very different than other SharePoints, but it's very user-friendly. This one is one of my favorites. I was kind of blown away when I first saw it. You're working in a office-like environment, in a Word environment, so it's very similar. Very easy to find your way around it as well. But then one big difference with all the other SharePoint functionalities of other providers is that you can work in one document with several users at the same time in real time. So what we did a lot was, for instance, our functional documentation for the application was written in a Google Doc. And we used to work in it during a meeting, and we saw our team members adjusting things right in front of us in one document being updated in real time. So that's a very nice one. Also a very nice one, the communication with our developers. They were offshore, so each comment that we put in the document was sent immediately to the developers. So you did not have to share it anymore, so immediately when you tag them, it goes straight to them and they know exactly what has changed or what we expect from them. So that's, of course, there are some challenges. There are always challenges. The most important ones are the fact that a lot of us were used to working in Microsoft Office. And yeah, you know, you have these presentations in some kind of a format, and then you need to change it to another format which has some difficulties, and you do not find all the features that you would like to find. Some of them are not available yet. So if you're in very complex Excel documents, not all of these functionalities can be used in the sheets. So that's difficult to make sure that everybody uses that document so you can, like I said, share real time and so on. Then that's also the reason, for instance, why I made this presentation in Microsoft PowerPoint. Then I made a PDF of it because my letter type was not available in the Word environment. And yeah, it's all about branding, marketing, so it had to be the right font. Then second big challenge was local storage. Some people still do save their documents locally on their desktop, which is very difficult if you want to maintain your version management, so you make sure that everybody has the latest version all the time. So that's still a challenge. So, but that's something that is manageable and can be controlled very easily. But that's the main challenges that we face still today. This is one of the coolest features of one of the Google Apps things, the Hangouts. During our conf calls, we occasionally play with these features. You can give yourself an astronaut suit or a hat or a mustache, or glasses, whatever. So it's a kind of fun way to. And there's also sounds for people interested. If you, for instance, talk about revenues, then there's this Tjsing sound that I'm making advertising my own application. So you can play with sound, so it's kind of fun. Then for the external communication with our clients or partners, we use, of course, the sharing capabilities of the drive. But for the application, we use App Engine. Let's see. There it is. So we use App Engine, Cloud Storage, and Cloud Data Store. So App Engine is our application is built on or running on App Engine. Cloud Storage, that's where all the images are, all the static images from the app. And then the data store is where all the data is being stored. In the future, we will also look at the BigQuery for our data, or big data analysis and management. So that's my side of the presentation. So I'd like to thank you before I take any questions, and I wish you all the best of luck, because I assume you're all entrepreneurs or intrapreneurs. And voila, I'm happy to take your questions. Thank you. Anyone?
You said we had lifters without training.
Yes.
Do you think that an app just would have accelerated the adoption?
Well, most likely yes. Most likely. The thing is also we were all kind of tech people. Well, one of us is a bit less on the like I said, the notepad. But for the rest, we are all kind of tech savvy, so we find our way around in these things very easily. But I can imagine for people that don't or not that are not used to working in these cloud environments, something like App Ninjas would be very useful. Yeah.
Second thing, who on earth would order a bottle of Dom Perignon at 1,300 euros?
Well, that's not really our target user, but we've seen people ordering bottles of champagne, not the big ones, but the regular ones. Because the advantage is also you can easily order the number of glasses. So today it happens that you have to wait. Also, even the big spenders have to wait, and then they bring a bucket with a bottle or bottles of beverages, and then they have only 6 glasses. They have to send the waiter back. Then on his way back, he gets interrupted, takes another order. By the time glasses are there, people are already drinking. Some people are not joining the fun. And therefore, we see that people use the application because then they can say we need 10 glasses, and they immediately come with the order.
Yeah. Another thing I see there is, but it's always with cloud-based applications. It's depending on connectivity, of course.
That's
so if the room doesn't have, good Wi-Fi, or you're in the basement and you don't have 3G, then of course the game is over. But,
yeah, I can tell you an anecdote about that. We wanted to start in November last year, but our start or our kickoff was delayed because of that reason.
Yeah.
So the venue that we chosen was Culture Club in Ghent. Everything was, we did a test with the staff, everything was done. We were ready to take off. But then the problem was that the Wi-Fi that they had installed was one of these Wi-Fi installations that you have at home. So you cannot have 200 people ordering at the same time on such a infrastructure. So we then negotiated with Telenet to get one of their hotspots in the club, which they finally accepted for a very good deal. But then Culture Club was not willing to pay the extra amount, and we were talking about 40 euros a month, more than they were paying at the time. But that was a club in distress, so they were not willing to pay. We did not want to take the burden on our company because if you sign with Telenet, you sign for a longer time, so that's a fixed cost. So we didn't want to take it on our expense either. So what we did is then we tried to negotiate, and in the meantime, something great happened. Mobistar launched their 4G network in Ghent, and it was also it was perfect. All people had access to the 4G network. Not all of them. The young people always switch it off, but most of them had access to it, and then there was no issue anymore. But of course, if it fails, and we have an issue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
The reason why I still have too much of the look, but I could only log in with either an account on Facebook account or a Facebook or Twitter account.
Yes.
I'm very much in the problem using the Google account as much as the Facebook account, especially for things like my mobile device. Is there a rational reason behind this?
I expected this question. In the beginning, we had Facebook, Twitter, G+. We actually still have it, but it's switched off for the moment. Because in the test period and in the test phase, we had not even one G+ user, and so they advised us, the users, and also our advisors told us, if people don't use it, then just switch it off. So we should have switched it on for today. I admit. Yeah. But you can still create an account. It takes you a couple of seconds, and then it's gonna be a G+ integration if it appears to be interesting for our users. We also look at Snapchat and whatever to share all the experiences in the application. When you receive a deal, for instance, that you can share on Snapchat, Instagram, whatever. Any more questions? No? Okay. Thank you very much.